So, did I take the furlough or the company buyout? Good question. Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. It's Sky Bobby and you're watching Skybobbytv, coming at you with another video. I think the last video I left you with in part 1 was I was in danger of getting furloughed, involuntary. Our company issued out what they call a warn letter. They sent that in the mail. I did not receive one, so that means I won't be getting involuntary furlough, but I had the option to get or take the voluntary furlough, or they were offering company buyout, and I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, and I'll tell you what I did. It was a tough decision. I definitely talked it over with my husband to see where we are and if I could, and how beneficial it would be for our family, as well as one of the reasons why I wanted to do is to help someone else. And it was tough. Whether I was saved from not being involuntary, I have a lot of friends in the airline industry who will be losing their job come October 1st for involuntary furlough, and that's deep. At my airlines, when you have 30 years, you come very close to making them your family. When I started, I was in my 20s, and so was some of my flying partners, and this is before they were married, before they had children, before mortgages, before they were a hot mess or a hoe, before they were straight, and then they were gay, and they were gay, then they were straight. It's just so much that we call our airline family, and sometimes we depend on them. And we all know what happened in these last few months, and I don't think anybody was prepared, and neither was I. Just like anyone else, I'm paycheck to paycheck. Maybe I got a couple paychecks in there, and thank God I have a second business and a husband that helps out, but a lot of people don't have that. A lot of our people, especially the new people, put all their peas in the pot. They might have moved from the East Coast down to the South or the West for this job opportunity and gave up everything. And when you don't have an income and you got bills to come, what do you do? I thought the company had a fair buyout where you could separate from the company and they will continue on so many months of your medical and dental insurance. You would get a higher privilege on flying standby, on the flying privilege. And they also had like a retirement one, so if you were near retirement age, you know, near 65, but you weren't quite ready to retire, maybe you were waiting for a few more years, make some more income, the company will offer you a little bit of money to get you to expedite your retirement, we should say. For me, I'm like in that middle. I have the years, but don't have the age. I just turned 51. Don't tell nobody, but I'm in my 50s. Yes, girl, black don't crack. Anyway, but y'all didn't come for all that. You want to know if I don't have a job October 1st? Well, I am here to inform you that I won't be taking the furlough, or I won't be taking the buyout. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait and see what happens. Anything could change. There was many reasons why I'm not taking the furlough. One being, I felt like I've been on furlough. I've been off technically since February. I've only flown maybe a handful of times with this situation going on, and I'm ready to work. I'm ready to get back. There is a second phase that's supposed to be coming in the fall around October, but I don't think we're out of the first phase, so we're going to have 2 phases going on, and the flu and everything. Yeah, so I'll be putting on that monkey suit just like anybody else. And for those flying partners out there that are new, that got the warn letter, don't give up. This too shall pass. I'm old enough to know that I've made it through bankruptcy with my company. I've made it through 9/11, the worst, darkest days of my airlines. And I'm still standing, and the airlines are still standing. I think even with the involuntary furlough, I don't think it'll be a long time, but who am I to predict? But I would definitely plan for the worst and hope for the best. You know, we still maybe have the care package that might be extended. those who don't know what the care package was, the government gave the airlines all this money to protect the jobs for the first time. Not the company or their airplanes or the facilities or their routes, but to protect the employees that have an income until October 1st. And it was kind of like a loan/grant, and the airlines have to pay some of that back come October. But even though flying is picking up, my airline's still only flying at 30%, and it's just not feasible to keep us all there at 100%. It not only affects flight attendants, but my company is laying off about 40,000 people, and in my department there's about 15,000, the bulk of it, for various reasons. I have previous videos if you want to go back and check that out to know why the airlines are furloughing a lot. So this brings part 2 of my video. Is it safe to fly during the pandemic from the point of view of a flight attendant? Well, I've been flying as a flight attendant, in and out, not much, but I've been doing my homework. I've been watching other people fly. I've been in the hot zones, but you definitely got to take precautions, and I still wouldn't fly unless it's for essential reason. Now it's not the time to go to Honolulu and get your 2-piece bikini and lay out on the beach and everything is fine and dandy. A lot of places that you can go really don't want Americans right now. This is one of the first times in, I think, U.S. history of the U.S. passport that we are rejected for other countries. I mean, to hold a U.S. passport, that was like the bomb. You can go anywhere. There was a few places that wanted a visa, but a U.S. passport was golden for travel. And right now, there's restrictions in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, the Caribbean, even the Bahamas now just announced everybody can come there but Americans. And we all know why, understandably. But if you have to travel, just remember a couple of things when you do travel. Actually, today after I film this, I'm going on a live show, which you probably won't see because by the time I get this video out, it'll be over. But I'll be discussing with another YouTube channel called Traveling with the Forsters. Put that in my description down below, and make sure you check out their channel. They're a family that travels around the world, and of course they're stuck in the house as I am. But I talk about, is it safe to fly during the pandemic? The easy answer is yes. Should you? Only if it's an essential. But a couple of things I want you to take along with you. The one thing I wanted you to also realize that the airlines are doing everything they can to make sure that plane is clean and disinfectant as possible on every single flight. And again, I've always said, why weren't we doing that in the first place? So one of the things you also want to do is make sure you assume that they didn't, and you bring your own hand sanitizers and whatever you need to keep yourself clean and excuse me, disinfected. Because they may not be getting the particulars, like the little knob that turns down the tray table, or something inside the lavatories, or just might miss something. And for your own safety, like for me, I like to know if I clean it, I know it's clean. But also bring a hand sanitizer. So every time you go somewhere and you have to leave your seat, you want to wash your hands. After you wash your hands, you also want to use like a hand sanitizer like so. Just, you know, it's layers of cleanliness to make sure that you're safe from you know who. And just wipe down your tables, your seats, your armrests, making sure you wash your hands. All airlines are requiring that you wear some kind of facial covering, a mask. I recommend this is the time where you really want to take your mask serious for so many reasons. On the airplane, let me put it this way, a lot of airlines at first were blocking the middle seats to give you kind of a little bit of distance. But some airlines realize it doesn't make a difference because you're still not getting enough, and it really beats the purpose when we're all still breathing the same air. So they've gone more of the route of changing their air filters to the HEPA, top of the line, can kill 99.9%. The Lysol of all filters are all on the airplanes right now. And I don't know if you guys know that we're all circulating that air, and they let it out the airplane and then they recycle it. They've increased the time. They've also brought back the APU, the connection to the airplane on the ground, so the air conditioning can be running even before you get on. But we're still breathing that same air. And a lot of people are scared of that vent that's up there and you want to have something blown on you. That's actually a good thing. You want to keep air blowing away from your face. So if the virus is coming your way, the air comes down. It's still the same air that's in the air, it's just coming right in front of you, and that's just another protective. But if you're going to wear a covering, I recommend a mask, and I recommend nothing less than a surgical mask. This is not the time to wear that cute little grandmother's cloth mask. Although you can, I just think something like anything that's strong on the airplane, use it. N95 masks, I know they're hard to get, would be the ideal, but the least amount I would get is a surgical mask. And if you can't get a surgical mask, I would double layer your mask or wear even a face mask. A lot of people are asking me, can we just wear a face mask? And most airlines are wanting you to wear the mask and as a face mask as an optional. And those of you who don't like that face mask and you're fashion conscious like me, you can also wear goggles. They have those at any hardware store. Because you want to cover your eyes. You want everything sealed as possible. Put your earplugs in, making sure no corona can get into you. Ooh, I said that word. I can't really say it because I don't want them to block my situation here. Anyway, that's definitely the thing. Be aware of your surroundings and what you're touching on the airplane. Try not to go to the bathroom if you can, all possible. I know it's a long flight. Try to use the bathroom at the airport before you get on. And if you do have to go to the bathroom, get in, get out. Touch it with your elbows. Make sure you wash your hands before and after and use that hand sanitizer, but stay in your seat as much as possible. Then I get the question is, what is the best seat? I think the best seat is the window seat, because if you're in the aisle seat, there's people passing by that's going to bump you, hit you, touch you. The window, you're in your own little world. You know, if you're going to lay your head on the wall, make sure you sanitize the wall because you don't want your head on there. And for you rich folks or people who are really just afraid of flying because they really want that middle seat, and you know the airlines are not offering middle seats for free because they got to make money, people. And right now tickets are kind of low because they're trying to get your business. Buy that middle seat. That's a good idea. You know, if you're a family of 3, perfect, get the whole row. But if you're by yourself or if it's a couple, buy that middle seat. It'll be worth the extra couple of $100s just to have that whole row to yourself and not have to worry about anybody sitting there. And you get more space. I would even do that over first class because first class, all of my flights, that cabin has been full and you're paying all this money and you're getting a modified service. So it'll be even cheaper to get 3 seats than it is to get 1 seat in first class. You might as well go for the economy. And also on some of these bigger planes, the economies are wide open. That being said, some of these smaller planes that express, those 2-hour flights, the ones that have 1 aisle, they're filling up, and they're filling up on all airlines. So don't expect to have a seat next to you open. Assume the worst. Also, there's a couple of things before you get to the airport and on the airplane. You want to do a few things. You want to go shopping for some food, some coffee. Well, there's a couple of coffee shops open in the airport, but the airport is shut down. Even though airline travel is picking up, the airport is still decimated, empty. It's still creepy and weird. It's just, I don't know. But there's no restaurants open. So if you got that 5-hour flight and you don't bring no food, you're going to be hungry because the airlines are not serving food, especially in economy. And if they're serving food, it's a modified food. Everything is packaged. We can't open up anything. Some airlines are not even giving ice. At my airlines in economy, you're getting a little bag that has a bottle of water, a hand sanitizer, and you are getting pretzels and peanuts, and that's it for the 5 hours. And I like to eat on the plane. I'm hungry, so definitely make sure you bring food. They do provide a hand sanitizer, alcohol wipe when you first board the airlines. Most of the major airlines do. I don't know about the other airlines. But bring an extra one. You just never know. And also bring some cash, because a lot of the ATM machines at the airports, because they're not filling up the ATM machines to have cashiers more frequently than normal. So the cash machines are running out. I learned the hard way when I needed some money. So definitely bring some cash with you. And even with all this going on and the banks might crash and all that, you might want to keep some money down below underneath that bed in case something else might go down. That's a Sky Bobby tip. And make sure you bring, like I said, an extra hand sanitizer just for yourself and spray everything and everybody. But it's definitely safe to fly if you just use common sense. Just use common sense like any other time. And even when this is all over, you've learned something, and I would use some of this practice even after we get a vaccine or anything like that. I even learned how to wash my hands. I was washing my hands, but not for 30 seconds, not with soapy water. I was just like, I'm good. Now, I'm scrubbing. Which leads me to remind you to also bring a moisturizer. So when you wash your hands so much, they become raw, and then when you're on the airplane, you also dry up a lot. So you just want to have some hand lotion, maybe something for your face to keep it all moisturized. And also, for those of you scared to fly and you expect that alcohol, that beer on the airplane, the airlines are not serving alcohol at this time either. So if you get your drink on, you got to do it before and after. Don't be that one that comes on the airplane and you decide to bring your own little liquor and you pop open that bottle during the flight or ask us for a cut for that, because that's illegal. It's a federal law to open up any alcohol that wasn't consumed by the airline. So no. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel and supporting me, and those of you reached out to make sure I was okay during these times. I feel good about my decision not taking the furlough or any buyout. I'm just going to ride this through. I've been with this company 30 years and I'm going to be here until the end so far. What helps my channel out, I'm a new channel, is make sure that if you're new to my channel, subscribe down below. Right there, you can subscribe. And if you've been here since day one or you're loyal to my channel, welcome back, Sky Boys and Sky Girls. We're just getting started. And if you made it this far, you must have liked the video. What helps my algorithm to bring this video up so other people can see it is you hit the like button. And then if you are the bomb loyal Sky Bobby or fan or a Sky Boy, Sky Girl, make sure you share this video on your social media. I'm Sky Boy, and thanks for watching. Bye, girl. Bye.